What's going on, traders? This is Jack with the Trading Tribe. Welcome back to the channel where we're going to go through a really quick kind of tip or trick within the ThinkorSwim trading platform, and it's really going to be kind of what we're seeing here on the right-hand side within my chart. You can see I have kind of ES plotted, so I have my standard S&P 500 futures contract that I like to trade here on the chart. On the left, I have the 15-minute time frame. And then on the right, I have the 1 minute time frame. And I wanted to go through in ThinkorSwim how you can basically plot another ticker on top of this in order to gauge relative strength, relative weakness, or to really just understand, right, what's one doing versus the other. And in this case, right, we can see ES standard kind of candlestick chart. Then we can see kind of behind ES this black chart that kind of looks behind it, and this is actually NQ. So I've actually plotted both tickers at the same time, which can be really nice way to kind of gauge strength or gauge weakness. In this case, we can actually see the S&Ps have actually been really strong overnight, and so has the NASDAQ. We can see the black plot behind it has been very strong as well, right? It's kind of gone from down here all the way to up here. So both have been strong, but in this case, we can see ES is holding up quite a bit better than the NASDAQ. So instead of having to jump back and forth and look at both tickers and kind of constantly monitor both, this is a really nice way to kind of be able to do that on one chart. And real quick, I'll actually remove this and we'll kind of go through how to set this up. So if you are in kind of your starting ticker and you want to compare another ticker with it, all you have to do within ThinkorSwim is come up here to this beaker icon and then go to Add Study. And then down at the bottom, instead of adding an actual pre-built study, we can actually compare this chart with a ticker. And they have some predefined tickers here, a lot of the indexes and gold, for example. You have some nice comparisons that they already have kind of built in. Or if you want to create a custom kind of comparison with a stock or with a future that's not on this list, we can come up here to custom symbol, which is what I'll typically do. And then in this case, right, if I wanted to compare the S&P 500 with Tesla or a stock or a different index like NASDAQ, I can just key in, right, NQ in this example, which is the NASDAQ, and then I'll click OK. This will essentially plot that other ticker. So we can see here now we have the NASDAQ showing again on the chart. We also have this left axis here, which is actually the price of that ticker you add. So it's pretty cool. I can see kind of the ES price here on the right. And then on the left axis, I can actually see the NQ's ticker price as well. And then in this case, right, this color is a little bit different. So if you want to customize this, essentially just like anything in ThinkorSwim, you can right click it and edit it, which is what I had done before recording the video. And you can come in and change the color. So I like to typically have this black. You can also make this a bar chart or a candlestick chart, really whatever you'd like, which is nice. And then you can click apply. And then just like that, right now we're back to kind of having where we started, where we have ES plotted, and then kind of behind that, we at the same time are looking at NASDAQ, kind of gauging which one's stronger than the other, maybe for potential trades or maybe to just understand relative strength and relative weakness. Hopefully this helps. If there's any questions, feel free to leave those down below in the chat. And if not, have a great week. Thanks, everybody.